What's up, guys? Bringing you the action right in the middle of Panama City's storm. There's Rick right now. This is one of my clients. He's gone from 2 million to 10 million bucks. Hey, Rick, you're on live Facebook right now. I wanted to get you on live to talk about your journey this year. Are you on Facebook? Are you in front of my office? Well, I'm going to do this live stream. I made 5 different points of the things that I noticed that you've done this year differently to scale your company. And I'm going to call you after the live stream, but you can pull it up. It's all about you, my man, featuring all-star construction. And man, I'm proud of your journey, buddy. So I'm going to be sharing 5 key points of what you do in your business. And maybe some of these other people will learn how to go big, baby. Okay? All right, buddy. All right, thanks. What's up, guys? That's my man, Rick, all-star contracting and results. That's the only thing that matters, baby, is getting results. And one of my clients, he went from 2 million to 10 million, from a 6-figure earner to a 7-figure earner in a non-storm market. He's a roofing contractor, a blue-collar businessman, and he duplicated himself. And I want to go through the 5 things that I noticed that he's done differently to kind of get results that aren't necessarily normal, because I can tell you that, going from 2 million to 10 million, increasing your company 500%, those results aren't normal. And so many of my clients, they want results like this, but they don't exactly know how to get there. So in this quick live stream, I'm going to share with you this journey. And Rick is a college graduate. Rick is from El Paso. What's up, Charlie Harper? This man is doing big things in Dallas-Fort Worth, dude. I'd love to see the journey. Your team looks like it's growing, Charlie. I saw the team at lunch the other day. Congratulations. I see that you've been doing the 30-day recruiting challenge with a lot of firefighters. That's awesome. So we're going to get started with this, guys. And I would say that the biggest reason that contractors have a hard time getting out of their own way is that they don't really look at marketing. They don't look at personal development as an investment. And I would say that most of the time that contractors or roofing contractors think, look, I have enough in my business going on right now. If this is not going to add direct customers to my bottom line immediately, I don't know what's going to happen if I spend unnecessary cash in my business here. Look, the return on investment's got to be guaranteed, but most importantly, what they don't want is they don't want to buy something that's a complete waste of time. They don't want to buy something that makes them look like a fool. And so what happens is we live in a shame-based culture. They're worried about what their wife's going to say. They're worried about what their business partner's going to say. They're worried about what people are going to say on Facebook. They bring in an outside party to help scale their company, and all these internal critics, outside critics, they prevent them from actually doing what's best, which is invest in themselves. What's up, big dog? Out of El Paso, Texas, Rick is here with us today. And Rick has invested in himself over and over and over again. Not only did he begin to invest in himself when he went to college, but whenever he worked for Verizon, he worked for UPS, I'm sure at that point in time he felt like he was trapped by his 9-to-5, trapped not getting paid based on performance. And I think the story went like this: he was selling and basically was kicking everybody's tail. And month to month, he was the top salesperson. I guess it was for Yellow Pages ads. And it was, whether it be a boss that was out of control, he didn't have basically the control that he wanted over his job, because his boss came in over something silly and said, I don't know what happened exactly, but basically he got fired from this job that he was a top producer at. And he's like, no, in my past, that will never happen again. I'm going to be my own boss. I'm going to determine my own fate. And I'm willing to invest in whatever it takes to have the skill set to build a business. And so that being said, he lives first and foremost by this principle where he trains. And so whether it's training in the university, whether it's showing up to the live events, whether it's going to the weekly coaching calls, I can always count on Rick to be there with an open mind, and every single opportunity can to mastermind and get close. I would say that's the one thing, that's the one hack, the one cheat code people don't understand is you pay for access. So I paid for access to Billie Jean. I paid for access to Frank Kern here recently. I bought a YouTube ads course and an intent-based branding course. And, training and advancement for me is mandatory, but it's actually a part of our culture. We require that people train in the university 1 hour a week. And I actually, got this minimum from Rick, who actually says, look, if you do not train inside of the platform that we provide for you, that you have a 3-strike principle. And people say, well, Lee, how am I going to get the online trainings to work for me? And I will tell you, no one really likes to go to the gym. But at the same time, the people that go to the gym get the results. And if you make training mandatory, then the people have no choice. And so they have a 3-strike policy over at All Star Contracting. Basically, the first time you get a warning, the second time you get written up, you have a conversation with Rick, and the third time you're fired. And so your standards are what you tolerate. And if you want a company that's always improving their sales process, that's learning new ways to network and market themselves, when they're figuring out what it means to be a disciplined operator of a sell, build, collect system, they need to train. If they don't have the right knowledge, then they're going to be confused, which is going to mean that they're not going to continue moving forward. And so that brings me to the number 3 reason why Rick has gotten massive results. And that is, look, if you own a blue collar business, you probably have a problem with how much time you have. You maybe are a slave to your business, where basically you may sell a job and you end up having to run down the materials. You may have to deal with complaining customers. You may have a hard time, finding the office admin person to help you with, following up on the insurance company, following up on your money. See, one thing about Rick is he invests into people, he invests into his marketing message, and he goes all in finding all-stars to surround him. And basically that looks like, following a system that works, but he used basically the 30-day recruiting challenge and said, you know what, I'm going to win this challenge. I offered a free trip. He was able to get his team involved, and it wasn't just him taking the 30-day recruiting challenge. It was his sales managers. And what the 30-day recruiting challenge revolves around is using network marketing, using social media marketing, creating digital videos, and having a live, open office event. And so he hired 15 people in that 30 days. Not everybody stick, but out of the 15 people, there was 4 all-stars, and these guys, they may be bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars in sort of residual money. Now, it's not really residual because you do have to train them and put them into the university and hold them accountable. But the truth is when you have people out there that go out there, knock their own doors, manage their projects, collect their money, it may take for every 10 people, you may have to go through 10 people to get 2 or 3 all-stars. But if you go all in finding these all-stars, then you'll have more freedom in your business. And so Rick likes to drive Ferraris. He's got 2 Ferraris. He's got rental houses. He invests in not just basically the growth of his business, but he invests in, what he loves most. And sometimes it's like all work, no play makes us have a rainy day, makes us have a sour life. And I don't know what you love most, but, Rick likes fancy cars. He likes nice cars. He likes to go fast. And so he wouldn't be able to do that without being willing to pay his team of all-stars. And he goes all in with extra time and committed efforts to recruiting. And so, you're only 1 recruit away from a surge in your business. But if a guy could come into your business and could produce $1 million in sales, bring in 6 figures to your bottom line, what's that worth to you? And if you were to set aside, $10,000 to $20,000 per recruit, and you brought in 5 recruits, would you spend an extra $100,000 every single year for a good character, a high quality work ethic individual that will go out there, will knock on doors, will represent your company, will duplicate yourself? Would you spend $100,000 on 5 good guys? And the answer to me is yes, every single time. The pain of going through the people that waste my time is the biggest thing that makes me stop looking for people. And so Rick has somewhat duplicated himself through his team. He's got a team of managers, and there's a guy there that's always out there recruiting and expanding the mission. And the truth is we need to do a better job with his recruiting funnel. But just off of the campaign that we've done off of my advertising from Sky Diamond University and his experience, there's been people reaching out to him, partnerships about to happen. And, the real thing about Sky Diamond University is if I get the opportunity to share your results, that the entire nation sees the results. And this is Eddie right here. Eddie's been the guy that's helped him really kind of implement some of these millennial strategies. See, Rick's smart enough to know that, even though he's from a different generation, me and Eddie, we're millennials, and let's say Rick is a baby boomer, but he's able to find millennials to do millennial tasks. He also learns as much of the millennial task as he can, and he keeps his whole company young with the open mind and willingness to train and to keep ahead of the curve. And so Eddie's out here getting names from all of his sales recruits. He's out here inviting people to a live event. He's out there, running ads on job postings and different things like that. But more importantly, he is Rick's mini me, and that number two person in your business is what a lot of you are missing in your business. You're missing one of these guys who's all in with your company, with your brand. He's in for the long haul. And, what's one of these guys worth to you? And if you have one of these guys, what's it worth to you if he has, kind of a proven system to plug into to get results? For Rick, it's been worth a lot. And, the main thing is not just about Rick, it's about his team. And I'm going to give a shout out to the team at All Stars because, the coach is only as good as the players. And Rick's got some good players, not just like Eddie, but there's another guy, Omar. There's a team of hardcore door-to-door soldiers that are out in the field that are knocking doors every single day. They understand how we use, group me communications to inspire the people that are champions, to get rid of the weak that are in the marketplace, and to continuously go out there and push the envelope to identify roofs left behind and get the minimum 3 to 4 touches that it takes to get to the kitchen table. And so it doesn't matter if you're generating leads online. If you don't have a hardcore door-to-door culture, you are not going to extract the maximum referrals from your campaign. And so if there's one thing that I want to do with Rick and with Eddie, is that I want to digitize basically with more following the script, more following exactly what we do, our digital door knocking Facebook advertising. And because that complements their door-to-door culture. They're already knocking in the neighborhood. They're already running Facebook ads. I just want to help bring the level of video quality up. I want to help bring the level of conversion up. And I realize that these guys need some one-on-one attention with exactly what to say. And so Rick did an ad that got 17 leads on his own. He just boosted his own ad and said it's $500 off a premium roof upgrade. And we were blown away by the fact that he was able to get these kind of results so fast. But sometimes it's hard to duplicate these type of campaigns. And so the main thing is like moving forward, to go along with the hardcore door-to-door culture, around every one of our builds, we want to do like the 5 biggest reasons why you need all-star roofing on your roof, the biggest misconceptions about hidden property value costs. And, if we can get into the entertainment and education, then, what you can do is definitely help your people with more. Look, there's a lot of different people out here that I'm in a hurricane zone right now. And, we have today 8 roofs in production. I'm going to be real with you. There is not a single roofing contractor in Panama City that's doing as much residential commercial volume as what we're doing here. Unfortunately, the only way that we can have speed to delivery for our customers is open lines of communication. So when communications break down, there can be a problem. Mrs. Farmer, I'm going to reach out to you after this stream, but Jeremy's here. Your metal's been ordered. We are going to start your project as soon as possible. There's been a disaster. There's one way in, one way out of this town, and the supply companies can't get the metal here fast enough. Okay. They literally are supposed to start with your material drop today, and I haven't started your job. So, Mrs. Farmer, I want you to know one thing. If you want another roofer to do your job, I'm happy to let them do it. I can get to your job this week. And I right now have a purpose to be an example in the marketplace. And so that I'll stand behind your job, because I have been in business since 1993. And I know there's a bunch of Jake leg roofers running around Panama City. I'm not one of them. This is my office. Okay. I have like 40 people in my office dedicated to service, but you have a metal roof and it didn't get ordered until 2 weeks ago. All right. I'm here for sign a 2-year lease. So I just want you to know that complete transparency is key, and I'm going to get you an answer on your roof. But the main thing is like it takes time to get the materials. I'm not the only one here, and what we want to do is we want to make sure that after I get off this stream, you get an answer to your concerns. But one of my clients in El Paso, they actually grew their business and get more time with their family, and they're able to like help a lot more people just off of my systems and strategies. And so it's really important for me to be an example in how I take care of my property owners too. So I thank you for trusting us with your job. And, it doesn't matter. No job's too big or too small, but the truth is like, we have a lot of projects and we have to get to them as fast as possible. So Rick, he landed a project. It's a YMCA. It ended up being a $2.3 million project, and he used basically a automated way, like a roofing automatic job generator to get this deal. And he told me, he's like, Lee, I wouldn't have been able to turn this repair into a replacement or gotten the insurance company to agree to pay if we wouldn't have followed your strategy. And so before, he was not landing commercial projects. But now, after, kind of getting educated on when there's moisture beneath the commercial roof, when he got educated on basically, what we do to walk each job through documenting and getting approval by the insurance company, he was able to take a lead that came in, a phone call from a YMCA for a repair. And it was from one of our campaigns, not a storm market. He was literally able to land a $2.3 million project. And so the insurance company did pay for the YMCA's roofs. I actually personally helped him with the estimate, and he was able to get the roof approved this week. Wish I could share the screen, because the main thing is like he was on the roof with the building consultant this week, and it was a moment of victory when the insurance company said that they're cutting the check. And it's a $2.3 million job. And I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to help Rick. And if I need to adjust my estimate, Rick, I'm available to adjust that estimate for the building consultant. If there's some things that need to be removed, those are some of the things that my private clients get, is they get the ability for me to personally help them with projects. And so with this project, that's 7 figures added to the bottom lines, what would that be worth for you and your business? And would you be willing to spend $100,000 on that? I'm not charging $100,000. As a matter of fact, my private clients get access to these systems for much cheaper. But I want to set up a strategy call with you to show you exactly how to evolve and future-proof your roofing company. If you want to go from 2 million to 10 million, you got to go through these 5 things. And I'm going to go through these really quick. Be willing to invest in yourself and your mission. All right. This is number 1. You have to be able to deliver service to your clients. You have to be able to have the knowledge, and you have to be able to be willing to invest in a team to provide that. The number 2 thing is you need to make training mandatory. We do daily training inside of this office, 2 mandatory sales meetings, and we require that they train the university every single day. All right. Sometimes mistakes are still made. Number 3, go all in finding good people. Good people make up a good business. And sometimes there's just not enough people around. There in this environment, we have hundreds of people that are waiting on services, and we're trying to deliver as fast as possible. And the logistics of having an all-star team mean that people get faster service, better results. And basically, if you want to grow your business, you need a 30-day recruiting challenge like the one Rick went through, where he recruited 15 guys in 30 days, of which a few stuck and are adding hundreds of thousands of dollars to his bottom line. Next, you have to be willing to talk to people. You have to be willing to get to kitchen tables. You have to be willing to do the legwork. The hardcore door-to-door culture is the core of what you need to grow your reference base. And number 5, you need to learn how to land the biggest jobs in the marketplace. I want to show you exactly how to do this. And let's jump on a strategy call. We have some big events coming up. The IMGs next week, January 22nd through 24th. I have another event February 1st through February 3rd. My 10X Growth Con. I bought a suite. My private clients get access to both events. If you are serious about getting some more freedom in your business, going from $2 million to $10 million, you probably need to implement the blue collar marketing method, because Rick was able to really pull some new revenue streams into his business through both recruits, through Google, through Facebook ads. But you also got to train, and you got to be willing to do the work, and you got to be willing to have a team that goes door to door, and you got to be willing to go door to door yourself as the owner, tapping on people's shoulders to have them come to work for your company. And so that being said, if you want the same results, I personally can help you get there. All you have to do is in this broadcast, there's going to be a link in the comments, just schedule a strategy call. And someone from my team, whether it's Kim, my marketing manager, whether it's Natalie, the client performance manager, whether it's Cagney, our licensed public adjuster and assistant coach, will jump on the call with you, and we'll actually find the holes in your blue collar game. And what we want to do is we want to help you get some actionable things that you can get these same kind of results in your business. These results are not typical. This is for someone who's willing to invest. This is someone who will spend 10 to 15 hours. This is somebody who gets their team committed, because this first thing right here, this is actually what makes everything rock for Rick. Training is mandatory in his organization. And so it's very, very important that if you think that training won't work for you or for your team, that you schedule a strategy call to see the difference that Sky Diamonds University can make in your business. I'm honored. It almost gives me goosebumps to see these kind of results in my clients. And, you know, the main thing I got to do right now is juggle. And you know what? I'm fully focused on helping my clients at this moment. But as soon as I get done, I'm going to be fully focused on helping this farmer, because she's got a commercial roof that needs some attention that we're supposed to get starting today. And I have complete transparency, so I'm able to connect with people on social media. And sometimes you'd think, well, what do the clients think about you coaching other business owners? What do they think about your business strategies and sales training and business training? And I'd say, look, the country elected an entrepreneur, and being a leader of an industry means that you have a different level of expectation of yourself and your own personal service. And so if you're a client, or if you're worried about your client seeing your business on Facebook, you don't realize that we live in a transparent world where everything is analyzed, everything is available, and you might as well just go ahead and make all of your content that goes on your personal page, your business page, and make it sure that, you know, it's relevant for everybody. And if we don't have good systems in place, then we can't find good people. And, you know, training and finding good people help me give better service to my clients. So whenever I'm helping other contractors, we actually lean on this network in the time of need after a hurricane. A lot of times contractors come in from all over the country to support this marketplace, which is Panama City Beach, that's just devastated by this storm. People need to get back in business. People need to get back in their homes, and they're desperate. They're desperate to get it done. And so the only way we can do that is by getting our message out to more contractors. Sometimes contractors come to Panama City just because they want to be a part of the solution. And so this broadcast, this message, I hope it finds you well, and I hope you understand my intention is to deliver what I call the best facilitator of success in the storm damage opportunity. And it's terrible and it's negative when your property is hit from a storm, but it can be an opportunity to improve your property. It can be an opportunity to improve your building. It can be an opportunity to really add some lasting value to your most important investment. So you can't do that without training. You can't do that without investing in yourself and your mission. You can't do that without a team of all-stars. And, you know, you can't do that without the right culture. And so I want to say thank y'all for joining me. Fill out the form below if you want to jump on a strategy call with my team to see if you can implement these 5 strategies to make 500% of growth. And I say these results are not typical, but we'll be happy to show you what you can do in your business. And thank you for watching. We're going live every day, 12 o'clock during the week. We'll be seeing you next time.